Hi, good morning, good evening, wherever you're watching from. It's Keith from Sunsynk on a very, very hot day in the UK. I'm just going to update on the app. We've been doing a lot of work, or Joel has. He's not with me today. He's working off-site. But we basically agree with everybody, and we will leave it to the householder, the owner, to decide on what they need to be able to adjust and what they don't want to adjust. And indeed, if they want the installer to have access to the inverter, the owner needs to grant the access, and they can grant it for a period and they can remove it back off the installer whenever they want to, so they have total control of it. The only thing we are not going to allow the owner to do, unless they're competent, is to do the upgrade. The reason for that is it needs to be checked before you do an upgrade, and you can do the upgrade anyway online. So you just apply for the upgrade rather than manually doing the upgrade, because these are complicated pieces of kit and there's several pieces of software within the unit that can be upgraded. If you upgrade the wrong part or make a mistake on an upgrade, then you will damage the inverter, and the inverter would have to come back to the service center to be repaired. And it's quite an expensive job. So we thought, rather than letting people willingly do an upgrade and maybe damaging product or causing product having to come back to the service center, then we'll keep that with experienced installers or our service center that can still do the upgrade remotely, or indeed where you purchased it from, if it's a recognized distributor, they can also do the upgrade. That's the only thing we're keeping. Everything else can be adjusted by the householder. So we've sort of thought of all of this. We've still left many of the features there. The owner can decide what features, and they can select what features they want and what features they want an installer to have access to. Just all I say is be careful when accessing some of the features. You don't want to cause problems, you don't want to damage things, especially if you've got systems in parallel and they're all talking to each other and you've got different things going on the CAN bus or whatever. Just be really careful. You can request to access this, but you don't want to have a change of use and suddenly remove the paralleling section off a load of inverters and suddenly they're all fighting with each other and you've got a serious problem then. So all I say is be careful. If you're competent enough, then yeah, okay, fine. If it's a single inverter, it's less likely to have a problem, but you don't want to be changing voltages and changing too many things. But simple things like time of use or whatever, and auxiliary loads, stuff like that, you might want to change, and you can certainly do that. And then if you say, right, okay, but I want to be able to change certain parameters to do with the grid, I want to change the upper and lower limits, I want to reallocate a port, then you can just make the request on our website and it can be done. And again, if a householder wants an upgrade, then they can do it, as long as you just make sure you register the inverter. So it's very important to register. So when the thing is installed, it has to be installed correctly. So as long as the thing is installed correctly and you register the inverter, it's on our system, then there is absolutely no problem. I always recommend to do that. Our product is a really good product, as hopefully everyone who watches these videos appreciate it and appreciate the software. We are going very soon to do a visual talk through on the app and explain about using the app. So some people have asked me about that. We've just shipped today the first 600 or 1,000 data loggers to our to South Africa. So those guys who haven't got samples and who are on our beta testing can get the sample data loggers in the next 2 weeks, no problem at all. After that, you have the option. So when you purchase the inverter, we've got the Solar Man, which is the original one, or you can request to using the new one. If your inverter comes with a data logger, then you'd need to talk to the supplier, and the other one would maybe an optional extra to purchase. I don't know. It's up to the suppliers what they're doing. But yeah, it's good. And people keep saying how wonderful it is, and having played with it, it's great. We've got the integration done in the UK for the Octopus Agile. That seems to be working fine. Of course, we're still at beta stage, and I will say we will be out of beta stage in about 8 to 12 weeks maximum. So by Christmas we'll be out of beta stage, and we will be basically saying we're good to go. and the apps will be live on the Apple stores and the PlayStation stores, whatever they are, and those apps will be live. You can get the apps now on your phone if you contact Joel, and I put the link on before. He can send you the app, and you can play it, try it on your phone, and you can use it. If you're an installer, with the owner's permission, you can keep all the installations that you do, and you can see them all in one place. You know if there's any problems, but we've decided to remove the authority to make changes unless the owner approves it. But of course, if the owner has an issue and it needs advice of somebody, then they can grant the authority, and that's including to our service centre as well. You need to grant that authority to our service centre, otherwise they cannot touch it. So everything is secure and it's untouchable. So we are listening. We're real people. We're great the feedback. Thank you. We got loads and loads of feedback. And I think we received about 200 or 300 emails on the topic, which is brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. I'll do a new blog later in the week. We've got some updates and some new stuff going on. Separately, we will do the flow and how the data logger works and how the new software works and that. And again, we will be to say if anybody's got any suggestions, things that we should be doing in it, extras that we need to show, or things that we're not showing that should be shown, please contact Joel and keep up to it. So thanks for watching, and keep in touch and stay safe. Cheers. Bye bye. Choose smart energy.